Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, we have a really fun episode. We're going to be reviewing Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 3, in what, if the other ones aren't the first appearance, this is definitely the first appearance of Rabble. We've got her on the front cover and throughout, and I would say this is her origin story too. Now, before we get dived into the issue, I do want to let you guys know about the 600 subscriber giveaway. When we hit 600 subscribers, we'll be giving this book away. It's a Marvel #1 variant. All you have to do is like the video, comment down below, and be subscribed to the channel. And that'll give you a chance to win. Alright guys, let's get dived into Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 3. Now, as always, if you don't want to be spoiled, we're going to be going heavy into spoilers, so that's your warning. Next up, we always shout out the creative team, because without the creative team, we wouldn't have a comic book, right guys? So on Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 3, we have Cody Ziegler is the writer, Federico Vicentini is the artist, Brian Valenza's doing colors, Corey Petit's doing the letters, and the cover is by Dyke Ruan and Alejandro Sanchez. Now, we go ahead and get started, and like I said, it's the origin story of Rabble, and I'm gonna read it. It's actually pretty good, and it's not too much. We'll breeze through it. So she goes, simple story, simple setup. Unfocused boy meets lost girl. They share a glance, then jokes, then ambitions, and then two lives become one. As we see these two getting married, they gamble it all on one thing: a promise, a dream, hope. And we see they move to New York City and Brooklyn, until suddenly that singular life becomes two again, a living, breathing monument to everything they struggled for, their hopes and dreams given physical form. I think that's why my Baba always called me his greatest gift. A gift that would bless others to apply it so I could help the family out. Everything was going great. As we see, she has a gift with computers and she's able to fix them. She's just really smart with technology, possibly a mutant. And she says, everything was going great. My parents worked to provide and I hadn't a care in the world. Life was good until it wasn't. And as we see, her mom comes down with an illness and is in the hospital. She says, my Baba used to also say, it was always more at home, around circuits than people. And I think he was right. Can't explain it exactly, but it was like I was talking to them. I couldn't understand them. It was calming because machines don't judge. They just listen. And if there's a problem, and you just take them apart and fix it, maybe that's why I liked them more than people. Baba was never the same. He pretended, but I could see the light was gone from his eyes. As we see her mother does pass. And she says, it just made me want to work harder. I thought if I worked hard enough, I could fix what was broken in my dad. So I did what any brown kid would do. I hustled, monetized my gift as best I could, got some money into the shop. But sometimes folks just aren't ready for it, but that was okay. I had options. I had nearly given up, but then my dad renewed my hope. I thought I had an out. I could finally be chosen and recognized for all my hard work, as we see her possibly being granted a spot at Brooklyn Vision's Academy. And it says, for all the hard work my parents did, but like the many things in life, it wasn't fair. My entire life reduced to a bet. And when I lost, I was tossed aside like trash. My entire future decided by a lottery, a damn gamble. And you know who won? Who took what should have been mine? What I was promised? Miles Morales. And, so Miles' current girlfriend. So we go back, we reveal the fact that this is actually a story being told to Miles' current girlfriend, and who Rabble has kidnapped, basically, right? And she basically tells her she thinks she's crazy, and Rabble's like, yeah, we'll see. But that's the short of it. And then we get Miles and Misty Knight on a mission that Miles is kind of like joining forces with Misty Knight, who is trying to find out where all these munitions are coming from, and they're fighting Scorpion. And I feel like we're starting to kind of put the pieces together that all these munitions are coming from Rabble. She's the one coming up with all this tech. She's super smart. So to want to show this, Misty Knight finds a really cool gun that I'm sure Rabble made in this pile of tech that's being given out to the bad guys. And just a super cool centerfold there of Misty Knight shooting, Miles kicking, and then they're just going teamwork as they kind of take Scorpion down, right? And as they take Scorpion down, surprisingly enough, these the two enter from I can't remember their name honestly, but Miles calls the one lady Agent Gal, and he's like, "Oh no, Agent Gal's here." Basically, these are like the superhero CIA that's not allowing superheroes in New York due to laws that I guess haven't been taken down by Luke Cage yet. I know they were put in place by Kingpin. I guess all that's still in place because they're saying like, oh, we're gonna arrest you, Miles, and Misty Knight's like, no, he's working with me, and unless you want me to call Mayor Luke Cage, who I have on speed dial, then leave us alone. And she's like, all right. Agent Gal's like, all right, I'll see you next time. So now she's warned Miles in the previous issue about doing superhero stuff, and then shown up again and he's doing superhero stuff, but this time Misty Knight was kind of able to get them away with it, but Gal's not happy about it. So they're definitely setting up that if Gal runs into Miles again, it's not going to be good. So Misty and Miles kind of part there. And as Miles is, I guess he's heading back home, I want to guess, he gets a call from Genki, who seems severely in trouble and is like, come to the meeting spot. And so he heads right away to the meeting spot, super worried. As soon as he gets there, though, he gets attacked by a barrage of these flying, what I would best describe as gliders, kind of like flying gliders. There's three of them, and they're kind of beating the heck out of him. And then we get this last page spread here. It's really nice, actually, of Rabble kind of finally revealing herself as the one who's been beating Miles up with these technology. If you want to get a panel of kind of like, what was he getting beat up by? There's a good shot of it right there. They're just like these three different gliders that you could possibly stand and ride. They fly around. Yeah, so I mean that's what's going on there. We're left with, it looks like they're about to do battle, or at least this is the first meeting between Miles and Rabble, where Miles is kind of, Rabble knows who Miles is, definitely, but Miles doesn't know who Rabble is. So I'm sure this is a learning experience for him about his new foe that is pretty much hell-bent on getting him. Thoughts on this issue? I want to say, like, the first half, the whole origin story of Rabble, I was really invested in. But for some reason in this issue, for me, as soon as they jumped from the origin story, the dialogue kind of felt slightly off a little bit. Just saying, I'm definitely hoping it kind of, I was like I said in the beginning, I was really hoping we were getting a lot of the side characters and involvement in them, with them, and there was like no side characters in this. It was all Rabble, and then when we did get back to Miles, the side character that they had, was Misty Knight, and I mean, it sort of felt a little forced. Like, does this writer like Misty Knight? Why are we not getting a little bit more with Miles' parents and Genki and following up with that storyline before he ends up falling into Rabble's trap, right? So that's my only gripe with it. I'm still going to give it a thumbs up because I had a lot of fun with it, and you can go a lot of ways with this, and hopefully they do, there's a lot of issues to go, I'm sure. So hopefully they do weave that back in, and this issue being heavily dedicated, at least close to half of it being Rabble's origin story. I can see how that doesn't leave you much room to fit in some side characters. So that's what I have today. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 3 gets a thumbs up. As always, if you guys watch this far into the video and you like this kind of content, like, comment, subscribe. Helps the YouTube algorithm. We'll see you guys next time, and have a great day.